live today in beautiful downtown Ellijay, Georgia, where it is very humid.
And windy.
Already 67 degrees, which is a little bit scary for me because I'm not a good storm doer.
No, I'm not either.
I would not chase a storm. I would run from a storm. It is going to hit us after 2:30 today, so that means after the show, we are headed yonder way, and we're going to take cover. We don't know what to expect, but we do know that the series of storms overnight have taken lives. They have done great damage, and they are headed straight for us. About now, they were Nashville was getting hit.
Yes.
And Nashville had tornado warnings everywhere. Now, my granddaughter lives in Jackson, which is just west of Nashville.
Did they miss her, or were they coming through there?
No, I haven't talked to her this morning, so I'm a little bit concerned because she says, Nanny, I lived in Tornado Alley growing up, Pickens County. I moved to Tornado Alley.
Oh, bless her heart.
So she's a little bit nervous. She lives in a brick home, but she doesn't have a basement. And that's scary, so we want to remind you, if you watch the warnings that will probably happen this afternoon, have a game plan in place. Take
an inside bathroom or a room that doesn't have any windows.
Yeah.
Get in there. My dogs this morning were just as jittery as can be, and I can pretty much tell from them. But they woke me up, and they were not their normal calm self, and I feel they sense what's coming. And I have two that don't like storms. They don't like to hear they didn't like to hear thunder yesterday and last night.
Did you see the car that got struck by lightning?
No.
Okay, now we were told as a kid, my cousin Winnell Blackwell used to put us in her car, and if a storm was coming...
I thought you were protected because of the tires.
She would put us in a car, she would take us between two banks on the farm where they lived anytime a storm was coming to protect us. A storm, lightning struck the car and burned it up. But when I was reading it, it said that the people inside weren't hurt. Now, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I guess I've been coming out of that thing, but I don't know
maybe
that you'd want to...
I had a 23 average in science. That may be why I don't get this, because I don't know. I was always told that tires protect you from
I thought the rubber
lightning.
Protected you. I thought that was how people, even with rubber sole shoes, have been protected.
I don't know.
That's an interesting.
Isn't that weird?
I'd be interested to know what the details were.
It showed the car, and it was just like the dash was all fried. I think it was somewhere close, local. I'll have to check it out because it was actually on Facebook.
Ooh, I don't like that.
And it was very weird because I thought this is very strange. Now y'all know we always do birthdays, and I will tell y'all today. My allergies are kicking me up so bad. Can you do birthdays today?
I'd be more than happy to do birthdays
because
today.
I'm going to do another mint because I can't breathe today.
All right. Well, we want to wish a wonderful happy birthday to Gina Westbrooks, Molly Day, Debbie Lofgren, Bonnie Roner, Randy Chastain, Lauren Marquez, Jennifer Martin, Amber Brooks, Katie May, Jerry Lee Jr., Wendy Negron, and Laura Bunch.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon being safe. Now, there's going to be a very special day because a very, very sweet lady that I adored went to heaven. Miss Mildred Smith, who, sweetest little lady, when her husband walked in my office one day and he said, "Can you teach Mildred to make your peach cobbler?" I said, "Of course I can." So I sent her to the Blue Star to buy the ingredients. She came back. I had a stove in my office and I taught her how to make it. She was the sweetest lady, and she has gone to be with the Lord. And Tom had gone ahead of her, so it's a good day for her. It's a good day. She'll be missed, and the folks over at Corinth Baptist Church will miss her, but she was a sweetheart.
Well, let's send some condolences also out to the family of Mrs. Mull. She's Johnny Searcy's mother, Mike Searcy's mother. They're up in Blue Ridge, and I think everyone knows the Mull family. And she's currently at Aiken. I mean, she's at Finch's, and just send our deepest condolences to them because I know what it's like to lose a mom.
And you know, death knows no boundaries. A 5-year-old child in Turtletown died this weekend.
5-year-old child at Turtletown also. That just, when I came by this morning and the light was on at Finch, I always call when I see the light on, and found out about Mrs. Mull. And then they were talking about a 5-year-old from Turtletown. I don't know exactly what happened, but he died at Copper Basin Hospital on Sunday.
Wow.
So our deepest condolences to that family for losing a little angel who has gone home to be with God.
That's right. Well, yesterday I went back to a saying of the day, but today it was too long to make the guys put it in, so I'm just going to say it for you. And this, you and I have lived this. This is us. Only God can turn a mess into a message, a test into a testimony, a trial into a triumph, and a victim into a victory.
Oh,
do you think we've lived that?
Every line of that.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah, more than once.
That's everyday life if you think about it.
It is. Now, one of the things that's gotten me through, I can think about, after I lost my husband, I went through this funk, and I was just, it was, weird and crazy. And then I found laughter again. And I can remember the day I began to laugh again and live again, and I thought, this is really cool, I'm coming back. And
did you feel guilty the first time you laughed?
I did.
Yes.
Sure did. But today I talked to Larry Dodson, and he said, I just don't feel like doing anything. It worries me. So I'm going to ask y'all to pray for him. He is 5 years into the loss of his wife.
I'm real worried about Larry. He is. Yeah. He went down the road I had started to go down. And fortunately, God...
But you slammed the brakes on.
God slapped me on the side of the head one night in my bedroom. He literally slapped me on the side of my head. But I was going down that road. But I worry about Larry. I know how bad it is. It was like last night during the president's speech when he introduced Mrs. Owens, Ryan Owens' widow, and you look at what a new widow she is. I mean, she's just a few days into this, and the grace that she... See, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about her.
She made me... I was sitting there, tears were just...
Absolutely.
I was just sobbing.
When you think of her loss, how recent her loss is.
And how young she is.
And how young, and those small children that they had. But I really have to... She could have... I don't know that I could have stood up there like that.
She was amazing.
2 weeks after losing James.
She was amazing.
She felt the loss. I saw her looking up at him. And see, I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about that, but I have to give real kudos to someone who loved her husband enough to come out and show that last night.
It was amazing.
During that remarkable speech that he became our president last night.
And I get tickled because I don't unfriend anybody because we don't have the same political views. We don't have and if you want to unfriend me because you don't agree with my political views, I don't care. I don't care. When I turned the age I turned this year that I don't talk about much.
We have the right to say what we want to say.
Said, I've lived my life. I've done my duty to God and country. I have loved so many different diverse people. I've had friends of all different cultures and nationalities and you name it. And often we didn't agree on things. But I never once said, I don't want to be your friend because. Now, that's just the way it is. And this morning, I woke up and I started scrolling through something I posted last night. And I actually was going to read it because my phone is over there putting us on Facebook right now. I can't read it to you. But I just basically said how proud I was of our president last night and that we should become one nation under God. And out of 155 or so comments when I came on this morning, one person said, why did you have to mention God? Why do we have to be one nation under God? And because I believe that without God, I wouldn't have made it through what I've made it through.
We wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for God's creation.
And I believe that God created heaven and earth, and I believe that, and so it is my right to speak that. And so when I read that...
And created man and woman.
Yeah.
We didn't just fall out of the apple tree.
No. When I read that one comment, I thought, bless your heart. And that's all we can say is bless your heart. We don't have to agree with each other.
In the true Southern term of bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Absolutely.
Let me fix you some sweet tea and slap your jaws.
Oh.
But we have to laugh, we have to love, and we have to get through this old world the best way we can. Now, Vicki and I started chaos at Cracker Barrel the other day, and it was hysterical. We laughed so hard, and there were some people sitting over there near us, and I know they thought, well, those women are just idiots.
Nothing wrong with that.
Vicki has gone through losing her best friend of 35 years. That she was doing they were doing a memorial service for her on Saturday. She needed laughter. Laughter will lift you from the depths of the devil. It really, really
heals that broken inside.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to think that it does, it really does.
I make jokes about stuff, and I can make fun of myself. I'm bad at making fun of myself. And I have to tell y'all, I've been doing better eating. I've been eating salads and oatmeal, and I've been doing really, really well. And yesterday, I had full intentions of having grilled chicken for lunch. Somebody walked into the desk and handed me a Sherry Martin Blizzard. Now, how can you say grilled chicken or Sherry Martin Blizzard? You know what I ate, don't you?
Well, I know what I would have eaten. Sherry Martin Blizzard.
was so good.
I've had many of those Cherie Martin
That was so
blizzards. The time we cooked with one at
And
Charlene's
she said,
house.
"Is it right?" And I'm like, And I said, "This grilled chicken sure is good."
I've got to go to Blue Ridge and teach them how to make a Cherie Martin blizzard. I'm still thinking about the Cherie Martin blizzard cake.
Oh yeah, we've got to do
I'm thinking that little heart cake with the brownies in the middle.
Yeah, we
all
gotta
that
do it.
needs is the ingredients from the Cherie Martin blizzard
Gotta
and
do
that little heart cake with the brownie pieces. That's just as near perfection as I could. Just cut it in half and give me half of that little. It's a small cake for two.
Yeah, well,
but it's perfect. We'll just split it.
We all need somebody to make us laugh. We all need somebody to make us sin every once in a while. I was going to eat chicken. I ate a blizzard.
You ate a blizzard.
And I was good with it because then I had a salad for dinner. So okay, I did okay. But you know, life is about laughter and living and loving and not stressing over the little stuff. You know?
I got in trouble with Eric Cavicciuti the other day.
You did? I love him. I love him.
Walked down in there with all seriousness. I'm at the doctor. I'm here to get my shot. I'm here to do what needs to be done. And I caught heck because I didn't walk in the door with a Cherie Martin blizzard in my hand. And he said, "You told me the next time you came down you'd bring me a Cherie Martin blizzard." And all I could do was stand there. And then somebody else from across the room yelled, "I haven't had one, but I've heard about it." So Eric said, "When you come down the next time,
But what you need to do is take a cooler
an ice
and really
chest."
keep them
I know
frozen.
that. I know that. Even though it's only 12 miles, it's about 15 miles, I guess, from the Dairy Queen. I would get it in. I would never get it up here. I would do that.
Yeah.
But oh no, I'm on his list until I show up with a Cherie Martin blizzard. He says, "I'm not speaking to you till you bring me."
Well, it's good. It is so good. It is so good.
blizzard.
And I laughed, and I can't wait to see the Dairy Queen commercial because
I can't. When's it going to be on?
Well, they're editing it, and Dave's going to do the voiceover. He was gone last week, so we didn't get it done last week because he was gone. I guess it was spring break, and he was out. So, speaking of spring break, today, actually, schools in Tennessee, some were out.
So many are closed up where we are.
Some were closing at 11:30 this morning.
I think that's smart. Get those school buses off the road before 60, 70 mile an hour winds come down. Our children and we've got extra snow days. So get those buses off the road with those precious cargo. Before those winds hit.
Now also we have some good news about Tom Jordan's grandbaby.
Thaddeus has gone home. Bless his little heart. He was born, immediately transferred to Eggleston Hospital for Children, underwent 9 hours of heart surgery. But little Thaddeus has gone home with mommy and daddy. I don't know what he weighed now, but I do know that he has gone home with mommy and daddy and to start his life. And you talk about prayers being answered, the prayers that were prayed for that baby. So we're just so thankful.
Yep.
God gave us a gift on that one. So
that's right. And there we go again. We've been on the air 13 minutes. And we know that God made a difference in another life. And so when somebody says to me, "Why do you have to include God?" I'm sorry, but I do. I just have to.
Well, you had talked about yesterday, we were going to make a list, and we talk about the first things we do.
Yeah.
The last thing I do at night, after I've taken the dogs out and had my drink of water and crawled into bed, is I say my prayers.
Right.
And it's good night, God, and I go in through my day and what I'm thanking Him for and everything. And when I get up in the morning and I take my dogs out, I wait till I'm outside because I want to look up and say, "Good morning, God. Thank you for giving me another day."
Right.
But that's... I don't even think about doing that because everything we do is God-given. Everything we do. The fact that you and I are sitting here breathing right now is
we're
a gift.
walking miracles because we're older than dirt.
Is a gift from... Speak for yourself, sunshine.
Well, we are.
I'm like a good wine. I'm just getting better with age. What are you talking about?
Well,
as I sit here with aching knees and throbbing back, but no, God gives us every minute we are here. He doesn't promise us the next minute.
No. Well, I know there are people who don't believe, and I understand that, and that's their right. There are people who believe differently than we do, but it is also our right, and I think that we have the right to free speech, and we can say what we want to, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anybody, but I also know how many people have said, "Oh my gosh, that message today was exactly what I needed to hear."
The one you played of Matt's the other day.
Oh my gosh, it was perfect.
It was like Matt was sitting. It didn't matter. It pertained to that day.
Today.
I sat there listening to that, and here go my goosebumps again. And I thought, I cannot believe that what he is saying 6 or 7 years ago, however old that was applicable for that very moment in time. And the fact that the appreciation that ETC, that we can sit here and thank God, or you can read that, only God can turn a mess into a message. Every mess that there is out there is a message from God. And the fact that ETC allows you or us to do that is just remarkable.
And we all know that if you look at the old ETC programs, they were based on local churches. That's what started ETC's television, was they went to the local churches.
The congregations that sing, I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And that you watch some of those now. I watch them on the weekends a lot because there's not a lot on TV you want to watch. But you look at some of those congregations in some of these churches, how many are not with us anymore?
Exactly.
Just how many are with their Lord or singing in a heavenly choir. But I absolutely love the churches that come in.
Well,
or the children. There's one that they show, and one girl now is in college, but she's about an inch and a half tall. And every time I see Joey's daughters on that commercial, I'll think about, now I look up at one of them because she's taller than I am.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But how adorable they look, and that they're captured in time doing that.
That's right. That's right.
That's a miracle into itself.
Well, and one of the most successful things that ETC has ever done is singing in the mountains. And it's all the churches, all the denominations coming together. And we have to say that today is our friends, the Catholic Church, begin Ash Wednesdays today.
A very important day for the beginning of Lent.
And to our friends who celebrate Lent. And we were talking about giving up things. And, if you give up things, and I read something about give up being mean and nasty. You don't have to give up food. Give up something else. Give up belittling people. Give up something that really does make a difference in somebody else's life. And I think that's something that we should look at, because often you get criticized for something that you didn't deserve, and you're like, really? Okay, but be nicer. Dawn is like nice beyond, and sometimes I'm like, how do you put up with that stuff? But she said, Mama, what goes around comes around. So she's so nice.
That is the most truthful statement out there. What goes around comes around. She's been through so much, and to see what God has done in her life is just a testament unto itself.
And we have to say, she has had her new baby dog, Ellie Mae, for a month. 3 weeks or a month now. I think it'll be a month Saturday.
She's so cute.
She's still having a hard time. She still can't go in her bedroom, which is where Misha lived, because Misha was the queen. And she said last night, Mama, I'm trying so hard to adjust to, I love Ellie Mae.
But she's not going to be
Misha.
Misha.
That connection with her sister.
She's not going to be Misha.
And she said, please ask everybody to pray for me, because I am having the hardest time, and I'm trying so hard to get through this. We have the ability to help somebody else by saying a prayer, and just, give her the strength that she needs to get through, because she said it's like losing my sister over again, because Ange and Misha were never apart. It was just a constant bond. And so it's really hard for Dawn. And I said, she's so good to so many. And I posted something on Facebook today about the givers always give and the takers always take more, and you just, and Donna is one of those who continues to give. And that's just the way she is.
She's just a sweetheart.
Don't know where she got that, because she's
If you're in the mood to give, I sure did enjoy that salsa you made.
That's right.
I just want to tell you, I've been saying this now for weeks. That jar's empty if you're in the willing to give.
She can't wait till it's gardening time again and salsa comes back.
I can't either. And
yeah.
But the salsa.
Well, today we're going to share a recipe with y'all. So if you have ETC services, you're going to get to see the recipe, and it's one that's very simple, very good, very easy. It's one of the earliest recipes we did on Heart of the Home.
What is it?
It is a dumpling. It's just a little dumpling with I can't remember if it had apples or peaches. Apples, I think. And Kathy Davis brought me Kathy Mullins brought me the recipe, and I did it.
Miss Double Yolk Eggs.
It was good. Yes, Miss Double Yolk Eggs.
Miss Double Yolk Eggs.
But it was really, really good, and so we're going to share that with y'all today. We're also going to spend some time just talking about the difference in our lives, because I've realized lately, the older I get, the more I'm becoming the women that I treasured, adored, felt so connected with, whether it be my grandmother or my mother-in-law or somebody who made a difference in my life. When we look at that generation that's going or gone, we're that next generation. It's our responsibility to teach these younger kids. So while we're in a break, even though we have to keep going on Facebook, we're going to talk about the things that we start our day with, because our day's not like the 2 generations behind us. It's a little different.
No, very different, I think.
It's very different. And it's like, I think about Jane Sneed, who was from Jasper. Jane always had a meal prepared perfectly, timely for her husband. She was a stay-at-home housewife, and she would wash every dish in the kitchen before he came to the table, because she said, it is my duty to offer him a clean home with a meal every day, 3 times a day. And I think about Jane. She was the greatest. She was the greatest. She was so together, so with it, so in love with her husband, so loved her family. But she died so young. She was like in her 60s. And it just broke my heart, because she missed her beauty shop appointment, and they knew that Jane never missed anything.
Something was wrong.
Something was wrong. And found that she had died just instantly at home. And it was one of those things. She died at home, in the home that she cared for. Her home was spotless the moment she died.
I'm sure that's where she would have wanted to go if she had chosen it.
Exactly. But I've thought about her a lot lately, and what a precious lady she was. She and her friend Dottie Blevins used to come in Mama's sandwich shop, and I can tell you what they would eat, and then they loved Mama's spaghetti. And these were 2 women that I admired greatly. There's so many women that I admire who are gone now, and women who really set the standard for what a wife and a mother should be, as far as taking care of your children, taking care of your home, making sure that your husband feels loved and not neglected, even though you have children, because often we neglect husbands while we're doing 5 different things for kids. But you married him because you loved him, and you can't forget him because you're busy with the kids. And I think that's something that we all get a bit guilty of. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to go to a recipe that I want y'all to write down. And Jen and I are going to stay with you, because we don't leave you on Facebook. We are here. I have to say once again, I love my little cotton balls that came. This is actually from Jasper Mountain Crafts and Consignment, and my butterflies. And people are commenting on Facebook about my butterflies.
They're beautiful.
Love the butterflies. Love the bright colors. When I told her what colors I wanted, I think she questioned, oh, really? But yes, I wanted bold and beautiful and bright.
They're just gorgeous.
I love them. I love them. So don't forget, if you haven't been down there, check them out. And I'm still looking for a piece of property with 15 to 20 acres with a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And our budget is just under $400,000. So if you know of something like that, pick up the phone and call me. I've ridden these roads. I've looked and looked and looked, and we just can't set our thumb on what we need. So
you know what? You'll walk up on it one day.
Exactly.
You may be looking at another piece of property and turn your head.
And we have more time than we thought we had, because their place hasn't sold yet. So we're still working on it. But if you have some property, and I actually found a place on Trading Time that I was going to check on today. So you never know. And if you have things on, if you haven't put things on Trading Time, you need to do that.
Michelle put a chair on Friday, and it's gone.
Yay! Yay!
A big, beautiful massage
there you
chair.
go. And to my buddy, Ed Singleton. To my buddy, I love you. All right, we're going to take a commercial break and do a recipe. We'll be back shortly.
You have never been so happy, dancing, swinging, laughing at me, smile on my face. It's happiness for days. Flowers in the garden grow, sun will shine on us below. All our days, growing up and old together, couldn't even dream a better, couldn't even dream a better way. You are everything I need, happy ever after we'll be. Couldn't even dream a better, once upon a life together, couldn't even dream a better way. A better way, a better way.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997.
Since 1962, Gilmer Towing has been serving the North Georgia area and would like to say thanks to all of our customers. For over 48 years, Gilmer Towing has carried on a family tradition with an experienced and friendly staff that offers 24-hour damage-free towing, unlocks, and four-wheel drive recovery. So when you're stuck in a ditch, tires flat, or car won't start, give us a call. Local or long hauls, big or small, Gilmer Towing will get them all. Give us a call today at 706-636-4TOW.
In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
We've had Alpha Insurance since our first daughter.
And when we had quadruplets, we really needed Alpha.
Now we need our own insurance with great rates, fast claim service,
and a local agent we know.
And we want a company our kids and grandkids can trust.
Call Alpha!
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center in Canton specializes in low-level pain management. We provide a holistic approach to treatment, managing knee, back, and joint pain along with migraines, allergies, and medical weight loss through holistic and alternative approaches rather than pharmaceutical treatments. By offering multiple specialties under one roof, including chiropractic care and neuropathy injection treatment, we create the continuity of care that assures positive patient outcomes. So take the first step to a life free of pain. Give us a call or go online today to georgiamtc.com.
Some things were done for you, I understand.
Number one, this used to be about here, which me being sort of the vertical giant that I am, we had to sort of move the hood up, as well as the cooktop here was had a little ridge where people sitting there couldn't see. So the first time we walked in here, we were sort of eyeballing whether we'd do a show in here or not. That was the first thing we had to change. And lucky enough, Donna and Kay here were nice enough to rearrange things. I think the original one is still in the building here somewhere, but there's no point in having a demo kitchen if the people sitting out there can't see what we're doing.
Exactly. Now, we do have a live audience today, and we're going to cook something that I think is a recipe you can do with your children.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. My kids love to get involved in this kind of thing, and it's not too overly messy too, because that's the other thing with kids' recipes sometimes is they end up wearing more than they actually get in the pan. But you did kind of catch me off guard because I have to measure things, which is not something I'm...
And that's something we want to talk about. If you have seen Hans cook on Hans Cooks the South.
Yeah, gosh, I've had 3 different shows. Hans Cooks the World, Hans Cooks the South, and then I guess I was on Flavors of the South for a time there too, so...
The first time you and I worked together, he didn't measure and I didn't measure. We both walked in to do a cooking show. Neither one of us needed a measuring cup because a recipe is only a beginning.
That's right.
This recipe was submitted by a viewer of North Georgia Now Today, Joyce Kearns, and it is exact. It is measuring. It is 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. Okay, audience, what did we leave out? Flour.
Normally,
there's no flour in this cookie recipe, but this is the most amazingly simple recipe. Now we're going to do it with creamy peanut butter, and we have to say compliments of the Blue Star grocery store in Jasper. When you walk in a store, have an idea of what you're going to do, but then add to that idea. And I have added some chocolate chips that are not in the recipe, and I added, this is Scotty Mayfield's strawberry preserves. And let me tell you about these. You will like them because they're not overly sweet. I got to thinking about my favorite sandwich in the world is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with, I might add, a jug of Mayfield chocolate milk.
Oh yeah.
So I thought the first time I made these cookies, I added some jelly to it. I put just a little dollop of jelly on top of it. So the whole key to this, start with a simple recipe and add the things you like.
I do that quite a bit. I teach classes at the Cancer Wellness Center down at Piedmont Hospital a lot. And they're always asking me to submit recipes prior to the class, but the day of the class I like to go into the market and see what's fresh, and so I might have sort of an idea of what I'm going to do, but like you said, as you go into the market, if you see a nice jam, or even at the farmer's market, somebody hands you a jar of fig preserves or strawberry preserves, all of a sudden your mind starts going in different directions. So I think sometimes people get sort of these blinders on with recipes, and that's kind of why I resent them at times, is because people think, well...
He has said some negative things about recipes. Yes, he has.
Well, but having said that, of course I have a cookbook and there's recipes in there too. it's obviously, if you've never done it before, as you mentioned, I love when you say a recipe is a starting point. And sometimes you do need to get sort of an idea. It's almost like a roadmap. You got to get some of your sort of bearings on where things are. But then once you have that, well, then just jump in the car and drive. You know what I mean? And don't worry so much about I have to do it this way. So a little bit of experimentation, I think, is fun.
Okay, so far a cup of peanut butter.
Yep.
And then you're going to add the vanilla flavoring.
I've already got a cup of sugar in there, and then 1 egg, and then I'm going to measure this very precisely. We're going to put some of that in there.
Oh yeah, I love. He measures like I do. That's right. That's right. Now this is a KitchenAid mixer, and we can tell you at Town and Country they have KitchenAid products. So come by and get to know the nice folks at KitchenAid.
And that's it.
And at Town and Country, that is it. That's your ingredients.
That's pretty much hard to believe there.
It doesn't seem right, but it is right. And these are the most amazingly good cookies. Now you can also substitute the regular sugar for Splenda or powdered sugar. Now obviously Splenda's going to make a difference. And if you like Splenda, try that.
And they make that 50-50 blend as well as half Splenda, half sugar. So if you've got sugar issues, you can try that.
And peanut butter, I'll tell y'all this, I have been trying to do protein. I've been doing low fat, but I've been trying to do protein. Peanut butter is a great protein product.
It's full of protein, and it being a plant protein, a lot of folks don't realize that, they think protein, they think steak. And
I think steak. I think filet mignon at the Woodbridge Inn.
And obviously that is one way to get your proteins in, but it's much, much easier for your body to process and digest plant proteins. So things like beans, which basically a peanut is essentially a bean, and nuts, and certain things like amaranth and quinoa, there's certain grains that have a lot of protein, and your body can just absolutely take that energy and use it, whereas sometimes a steak, you've got to expend energy to get that protein out.
Right.
And that's why sometimes after you eat a steak, you feel sort of lethargic and tired, and wow, here we go.
Okay,
so we got to now spoon this out?
We have to put them in a ball. We have to do them in 1-inch balls.
One giant ball?
No, we're going to do 1-inch balls. Let's see, I'm going to start with, okay, and this truly is the simplest recipe of all. And oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Why don't I dump this into a smaller bowl and then I'll make
Let's do that, and then you're going to make a batch. And the next batch we're going to do is going to have crunchy peanut butter. Because as we said, a recipe is only a beginning. And you want to start with your basics and then add to it. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Do you know how hungry I am?
I'm pretty hungry too. I was thinking about hitting some of that peanut butter.
Hans, where's the lemon pie you promised me?
Well,
Hans.
They got stuck in traffic in Jasper.
Yeah. The Woodbridge Inn has the most amazing. And did your mom start that lemon pie?
It was actually my Aunt Rita, which is actually technically isn't my aunt. It's just a family friend that I thought was my aunt until I was about 18 years old. You know how that is. They're that close a friend. It's her recipe.
Okay.
And I think we would have a revolution if we ever took it off the menu. People would just.
Oh, it is so amazingly good. And I tell everybody my birthday is in January, and my crew used to say, "What do you want for your birthday? What kind of cake?" And I say, "I don't want a cake. I want a lemon pie from the Woodbridge Inn." You can go by there and purchase a whole pie. Stop in Jasper and visit the nice folks at the Woodbridge Inn, and then come on up to Town and Country. And that one's a little bit too big, but. Does this not smell great?
Really
it smells so good. Is it? Well, it is full of sugar, and we will tell you, you can try this recipe without the regular sugar by using Splenda. But it is a great, great recipe, and it is truly so simple. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 egg, and a little bit of vanilla flavoring. So there you go.
Well, the thing I like about those 1-1-1 sort of things is that if you really aren't a measurer, as long as you have the same amount. You know what I mean? If I ended up with a cup and a half of something and only did a cup and a half of the next thing, we make a little lazy girl cobbler that's in my cookbook. It's just a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and an egg, 1 egg. It's very similar, I guess, except for we do have the flour in there. And it's the kind of thing where if you mismeasure, it's forgiving. And this is too. This isn't going to be one of those, rocket science kind of precise things.
Right.
If we mess it up by a bit, it just makes an extra cookie.
Okay, now we're going to mash these down, and then I'm going to add, purely because I do like a little bit of chocolate. Girls need a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of peanut butter. But it is so simple, and thank you, Joyce Kearns, for submitting this recipe. These cook at 350 for 10 to 12 minutes on the top rack, and I will tell you, I did some on the bottom rack, and the way I'm telling you to do the top, I learned a lesson. I burned them when I tried to do it on the bottom rack. I did. So now I'm going to add some chocolate to some of these, and then I'm going to add some jelly to some of these, because I am a chocolate peanut butter girl, and I love jelly. Love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
How did the jelly do in the oven when you did that?
It did okay because I put it in the middle.
Okay.
Now, I knew I was that smart, young man.
Well, I'm just curious about it.
You know, I've known him since he was 4 years old. And at 4 years old, I could tell you stories about him, but he could also tell you some stories about me, and we'll just drop it at that. We'll just drop it at that. That's right. That's right. If you like white chocolate drops, you can also add that. So right now, Hans and I are going to finish this recipe. We're going to stick it in the oven, and we're going to bring on a couple of guests. One of them tasted these the first time I made them and loved them. The next guest is a lady who lost her young son to a drunk driver. We're going to talk a little bit about the holidays and what it means to, if you do drink, please drink responsibly. We're going to talk about making a difference in a family, because this family is now ready to adopt a child, and we're going to encourage you, if you know someone who's looking for a home for a child, we're going to share the Singleton's life with you, and I think you'll learn to love Shirley just as much as I do. We'll be back in just a second.
With speeds up to 150 meg, ETC and Ignite delivers more shopping, more music, more learning, more streaming, more speed to power smartphones, movies, and streaming video, more speed for more devices in your home, and more room in your budget with ETC's low pricing and bundled discounts. Get the fastest internet around with Ignite's new 150 meg. More speed, more savings. Call ETC today.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
I'm Lauren Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, and Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does Ed Singleton own? He just up at number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry?
It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again.
I love Subway.
Chevy runs deep in Canton at Bill Holt Chevrolet. Deeper selection, deeper discounts, and we're letting everybody know it. Not just Chevy buyers in Atlanta. Chevy buyers in Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Jasper, and LJ. If you're out there, we're right here with one huge selection at Truck HQ. Always get our lowest prices and friendliest service. Online, BillHoltGM.com.
'Cause when you're talking trucks, you're talking Truck HQ.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside, knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere, so when we get home, I know it's safe.
Get peace of mind for your family with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to ETC Security and get 6 months monitoring free. Call ETC Security now or visit etcsecurity.com to learn more.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Okay, we are back now in ETC. We just shared a recipe. Hans Rufert and I were up in Fannin County. That was a very, very fun day. And are we going to do the dumpling recipe next?
And we were at Town and Country.
Yeah, we were.
That's a phenomenal kitchen
we had a fantastic time. We had a great audience that day. It was just a fun day. But Jim, when we look back, I can think of Evelyn's gone, David's gone, James is gone. Who else is gone? There was a lady who came that day.
Patsy's gone.
Patsy's gone. That's 4 people that were in our audience that day that have gone on to be with the Lord.
We're not even thinking about some others. I mean, there's so many that are either not here now or who can't get out and travel.
Sandy Daughtry.
Sandy
Dean
Daughtry.
was there.
Dean was there.
Yeah.
And her daughter now, Debbie, is now completely blind. And she's not there.
That's 5 people.
Joyce and Jack Bryson were there. And look, they don't go out much anymore because of Joyce. Good morning, young lady. We love y'all, by the way.
Man, you talk about somebody who taught their children well.
Oh my goodness.
Who taught their children well and
you've
to love
often
each
said
other.
That Papa Jack would be your choice of a dad if you could choose someone.
You idolize. What would my daddy be like if he was the perfect daddy? And Papa Jack would be that guy. And Joyce would be the one who brings everybody together. You know, she brings everybody together. And it's like I think about the meals we had up at Harbor, where everybody came together, and it might be widows, widowers, it might be young kids, it might be kids from broken homes. But everybody came together, and there was so much
Pauline
love.
Osborne's not with us anymore.
No, but her turnip greens are because I cooked some not too long ago.
Those pans of potatoes
what a
when
blessing.
she would walk in.
What a blessing those women were to
Carl Ed
us.
and Laura were there that day.
That's right.
So see, it starts adding up. The Abernathy's are not with us anymore. But just think of that glorious reunion that's going on up there in heaven.
Yeah.
Think of all these wonderful...
It is so weird to me because when Dr. Olnick, remember the day that he was on the show?
Oh, absolutely.
I remember meeting him at McKaysville First Baptist Church and thinking about how amazing they were.
You remember that day we had trouble finding Helen Berger's house?
Yeah.
Little did I know that one day I'd live right down the hill from that house and be able to stand in my yard and look at her house.
And what a beautiful view from Big Frog.
What an interesting...
You just see everything.
That was the day we picked up Bobby Don Bloodworth in the cemetery at dusk.
That's right.
I'll never forget that. I tell people that story all the time, and they laugh at me like, ha, ha, ha. And I said, no, it's the truth. We picked up somebody in a cemetery.
If we didn't laugh, could we get through this?
No. You and I have laughed. You and I have cried. We have been with each other at the darkest moments. We have been with each other in some of the brightest moments.
Yep. And we do what we have to get
That's
through.
That's why I treasure your friendship.
Well, and I was thinking this is terrible, morbid, but I thought the other day, one of us will go one day. One of us will go. I'm younger. It could be me first. It could be you. We are not guaranteed those tomorrows.
No.
We are not guaranteed. I
would dread getting that phone call.
When Michelle calls me, I don't like when Michelle calls me because then it unnerves me that I think it might be about you. And since
a friend of ours in California said
that makes me nervous.
She has a similar heart problem to mine, but she said every time the phone rings and it's Michelle, she said, I think
makes
please don't let it be Jen.
Yeah.
Makes me nervous too. But it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And again, we don't know. It's just like you were talking about earlier. I've got a situation in my family right now that's truly, truly sad. One of my closer cousins that I've loved all her life, her son on Saturday, Ryan and his wife committed suicide.
Oh my gosh.
He's had some serious health problems in his late 30s. They left 3 children. And the two of my brother called me 2 days ago, and the funeral arrangements are still up in the air because their bodies haven't been
released from the crime lab. Yeah,
they took them to. They were in Atlanta. But how does someone at 38 years old and 35 years old with 3 small children decide? But they left a letter. There was a very pointed letter. They decided to go together.
Oh my gosh!
And I can't. They're the age of my niece and nephew. Well, my nephew's married to my niece, but they're all good friends. And Gail's first husband, Freddie Gurr, and I went to high school together. So when Wilson called and he said, "You remember Ryan Gurr?" And I said, "Yes, that's Gail's son." And he said, "Well, he and Natalie killed themselves on Saturday." And it's just like everything seemed fine to me till he called, and then I kept thinking, well, what was I doing Saturday when all of that happened? Why didn't I know something? But
crazy.
It happens in every family. It's like my brother has health issues, and he's in his 60s. And I think about my dad and what my dad went through, and he and I were talking about this the other day, just like you said just now.
We don't know which one of us is going first.
It's like, I have a cousin that was carrying her groceries in 20 years ago, And they found her, the car running, the door open, and she's in the kitchen floor dead, died of a massive heart attack. And you just, yes, I think about that. I had an AFib attack this morning in the shower, and my first thought is, oh God, don't let this be it. I don't want them to find me in the shower naked with water running. You know.
See, we have to laugh at this.
You got to get over that point. Where if this is it, God, I know I'm okay with that, but don't let them have to come in and find me with the shower running and me naked in the shower.
No,
that wouldn't be a very pretty picture.
No. Well, I found something, and I think this is interesting, and it could apply to friends or lovers or husbands or wives or whatever. A true relationship was when you can tell each other anything and everything, no secrets and no lies. And the other day I was telling Vicki something that happened years and years ago, and every time we look at each other now, we laugh about this, and it had to do with Martha Washington, and we were just flipping laughing about it. And I said, it is so good to find somebody that you can laugh with and that you can get through, because some of the stuff you look back at, you're like, I don't want to go there again. But when you go there, you realize how far you've come. You realize how far you've come. Now, Tori is leaving us next Wednesday.
I need to be put in her bag. She needs to take me with her.
Officially. My daughter's only child is choosing to take the job at NBC and have a fantastic career, a great opportunity for her.
She's not leaving, she's just changing
She's
locations.
Going 5,000 miles from home.
But that's another excuse for us to get up and put up a fund and start getting our money together to go to Alaska.
That's what she said, Nanny, you'll always have a place to stay in Alaska.
And we've got Lori, so we've got...
I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that they hired her. I'm so thankful that her life is being fulfilled.
That she is so happy.
But the idea that my daughter's only child will be that far from me, you worry about the plane. So I'm going to ask y'all, start praying right now for her to arrive here this weekend. She's going to visit with us a little bit this weekend. And then Wednesday, she boards a plane and she goes to Anchorage, Alaska, where she will start her new job, her new home, her new everything. And it's very, very hard to think about my daughter's only child being that far from me. But the coolest thing ever, they have live streaming. We can watch her on the news every day. So, and the station that she's going to work for covers Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Utah. It covers the northern U.S.
The beautiful scenery areas.
Yes.
Oh,
so she's going to be in Alaska reporting, but then the people down in the lower 48 can pick it up in the North Market. So it's a spectacular thing for her, and I want to. I want everybody to be happy. She's going to work at KTUU, which is actually Lori worked there at one time. That's where Lori was. And I hope that I can find the KTUU shirt. Do you remember when Lori was leaving and I got all the KTUU shirts and we took her out to eat?
Yes.
And I hope I can find that shirt to give Tori. But when you think about my daughter's only child has had to live with the loss of her mom, and to move on with her life, and this is her choice, and all I can do is be happy for her. I think it's going to
help her, though. Yeah. I think it's going to help her.
She's going to be in a place that she absolutely loves, and her mama loved Alaska. And as strange as it sounds, I feel at peace about Angela, because Angela was cremated and her ashes are with Tori. Angela will be back in Alaska too, and Angela loved Alaska.
Completely.
So I have to be happy. I have to be happy.
Now, I'm happy for her.
I'm fixing to make one of y'all happy, because I'm going to give you something. I have 2 tickets to see Winona.
This is a great giveaway.
And this is a great giveaway, and you're going to have to call me, and you're going to have to tell me what's the first thing Jen does when she gets out of bed in the morning. And you can call us at 866-939-2329. And you are going to win 2 tickets to see Winona. And the event is next Saturday night. I think it's March the 11th. March the 11th. At 7 p.m. And these are 2 tickets, Anderson Music Hall, and you're going to win 2 tickets to see Winona at the fair, Georgia Mountain Fair, and this is compliments of Miss Hilda and the Georgia Mountain Fair. So there you go.
I enjoyed seeing Hilda on the show the other day.
She's a hoot. She's so much fun.
She's so much fun.
And I got to remind y'all, Carol from Blue Ridge. Okay, there you go.
Great.
There you are. All right, now we have got a couple of my cookbooks on CD. I'm going to give away one of those now, because people are they're asking for recipes, and I'm like, you can go to Jasper Mountain Crafts and Consignment and buy my cookbook, and you can carry the cookbook around with you, or CDs, and the CDs are available too, and I'm actually putting the CDs now on eBay, so you can pick up a copy of the CD, but I'm going to give one away today, and I'm going to ask you about, what did I do that failed? I'm not much at failing, but I failed this week, and I was going to share it with Jen.
I think you must have missed some step, because when you cook, you don't fail.
I can't believe I did this, but they're sitting all over the kitchen counter. So call and tell me what I failed at.
That she was going to bring to me.
At 866-939-2329, and I've decided I'm not throwing that stuff away. Those ingredients are too expensive.
No, I put it over ice cream or maybe on toast, maybe on toast or something. I don't know, but that sounds like that.
We're going to do something
great.
with it. Tomorrow we're back to Paul Kiker Day, and we're talking about the economy. We know that the economy has done well.
He ought to be pumped up after last night.
I hope, because we are seeing real estate market's up, the job market's up, jobs are coming into Cherokee County. Cherokee County is growing like crazy.
Look at real estate up here. I ride by something that has a sold sign on it.
Oh yeah, in a matter of days. Yeah,
that didn't used to that didn't happen for the longest time.
I was reading,
and HGTV has had Blue Ridge on now 3 different shows on house hunters.
That's right.
And these people coming in buying cabins up here, $400,000, $500,000, $900,000 for a place out on Alaska Adventure area.
And speaking of, I have a beautiful, beautiful facility in Pickens County for sale. It is priced at $925,000. It is a horseman's dream. It is a fantastic home with a to-die-for kitchen overlooking the most beautiful view of Sharp Mountain.
Just gorgeous.
It's absolutely fantastic, and if you know somebody who's interested in having a horse farm where they could put cattle on it, it is set up perfectly for horses. It is just fantastic. So pick up the phone and call me at 404-375-0590. It has creek, it has pastures, it is cross-fenced so you can move the cattle around, move the horses around. Has a barn with living quarters in it.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful. So, and it's one of those things. These mountains are filling up with people who are leaving the city because they understand that you can commute. You know, people in Copper Basin have commuted to the Royston Company down in Jasper for years. So many people from Copper Basin, when they lost their jobs, came down to Jasper, and I think then it was Pickroy.
We had so many that went to Lockheed down Old 5, and we still have some that are working down there. We still have the commuter lots up here that I find.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So driving to Atlanta is not such a big deal for you. It would be to me because I don't like it, but a lot of people do it every day to keep their jobs.
My car is now trained to go to the USO. That's about my extent. In fact, I used to stop at the Varsity to clean out my pipes, but you know I don't do that much anymore because I'd rather just have a hot dog at home.
Oh my gosh. Well, I do love going to the Varsity down at Cobb, but I don't like that drive. I just don't like that drive.
Is the Varsity still open over in Dawsonville?
Yes,
I haven't been to Dawsonville for a while.
Yes,
and now they've opened the Marshalls over there. I guess I ought to get up and go, but I just don't have the...
I've never been to Marshalls. I've never been to TJ Maxx.
Well, you would like it.
But I do love the thrift stores, and don't forget,
and that's where I go now.
Yeah, support the local thrift stores.
My top that I've got on today was compliments of Cherie Martin. It doesn't bother me. Hey,
it wasn't a thrift store.
It did have the new tags on it, and I did have to take the tags off.
It wasn't a thrift store. But remember, all our local thrift stores, if you're doing your spring cleaning, Thrift, the store that I really, really love, their money is raised for the Christian school here in Gilmer County, and then Faith, Hope, and Charity, their money helps your community to the tune of millions of dollars.
I love Faith, Hope, and Charity. I don't get down here as much as I used to, simply because I've become such a homebody. If it's 5 miles out of McCaysville, I don't want to go.
Well, I got tickled. Yesterday, I'm guilty. I was about to head into Thrift, and I'm sitting in the car waiting to walk into Thrift, and I was answering messages and returning some calls, and I get a call, and somebody needed something about real estate. So instead of getting to go in Thrift yesterday, I went to the real estate office. But it's nice to be busy. It's so nice to be busy. I wasn't going to complain.
Remember when you weren't, so
I remember.
See, at least you're doing that now.
I remember, and many people remember when the job market here was terrible. There weren't jobs. If you are looking for a job, there are jobs to be found, and some good jobs are coming up. Down in the Ball Ground area, there are some companies that are paying $18 to $26 an hour.
Oh, well,
that's
look at
decent
that.
Wages.
Up here, that would be remarkable.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We talked talked about this with the water park that doesn't seem to be materializing, but they keep hanging on with that one.
Right.
You know, now they're talking about a casino
in Ball Ground.
In Ball Ground, or, you know, right around
that's
here.
Gonna happen.
And I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but you look at the payroll in the one in Murphy. You look at the number of people, that have gone
Cherokee
to work
County
there.
Are
working in Murphy. And look at them who'll be able to work at home if that happens. You know, I'm all for expanding the tax base because I believe that helps all of us.
Sure.
I've never been in the casino in Murphy. I've been in the casino in Cherokee twice.
One time, $40. I'm so mad.
I didn't spend a penny in the. I went to a show.
$40.
But if it helps the economy, you know, I think that's something that all the people
and you
that
have to
didn't
decide,
want Murphy,
do you want to gamble or not? It's your choice.
Drive by it.
Yeah.
You have free will. Drive by it.
It's your choice.
But you look at the weekly payroll in Murphy, and then that whole area up through there.
And I can tell you, Murphy was struggling. Murphy was struggling so badly.
You drive up there now, you can't find a parking place in Walmart's parking lot. It's absolutely full with out-of-state tags.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, tomorrow is going to be a fun day. I love when Paul Kiker comes to visit. He is kind of like the positive, pumped up. He's like Ed Singleton in a young version because they're both so successful.
I want to put cheerleader pom-poms in his hands sometimes. But
I love it.
But he's good like that. That's the important thing. He's been such an important supporter of yours.
He has been. I have some great sponsors, and that's one of the things. I can't say thank you enough to my sponsors. You know, we wouldn't be here without them, and I appreciate them all. And when I look at where we've come from and how many years we've been doing this, and we were looking at the show today that we did, I think it was in 2009, when we showed Hans, and Hans alone is a miracle. You know, every single day we see somebody in our life that was prayed for.
He's the one we thought would not be with us beyond many days beyond some of those shows we did.
It's been 10 years. Actually, I think this is the 11th year, but we all prayed for him, and we know that prayer does make a difference. So today, say a prayer for Jen's friends who sadly lost son and daughter-in-law to suicide, and say a prayer for Tori because she is heading out on her own.
A prayer for baby Thaddeus. Keep him safe and sound on God's route.
But Tori said, Nanny, it's hard not to be able to pick up the phone and call my mom. It's been 4 years, and she still wants to pick up the phone and call her mom. So say a prayer for her.
My mom's been gone 25 years. I still want to pick up the phone and call her. I hope that today we can leave with some music. I know that we have Kaylee Shays. Can y'all cue that up? I would love to share her music. You have to look at life on the bright side. We have no choice. No matter what we're facing today, we have no choice but to look at it on the bright side because you can make a difference in somebody's life. You can be powerful or you can be pitiful. You can reach out and what was that commercial? Reach out and touch someone. Reach out and touch.
You can truly reach out and touch someone and make a difference in their life by just doing the littlest thing. And I got to say, congratulations to the young woman who has made it. I think she said 3 weeks on not smoking, and I was so proud. I sent her a positive message this morning.
Completely.
It's so hard to stop. So if you know somebody who's trying to stop something, whether it be drugs, alcohol, smoking,
it's the hardest
whatever,
thing in the world to kick is nicotine.
Support them, and give them a thank you. We're going to leave you now here, and we're going to share a little bit of Kaylee's music with you, and then Jen and I are going to be here on Facebook for just a couple more minutes. We'll be leaving, and I want to remind you we will re-air at 6 p.m. today and at 1 a.m. And also Trading Time comes on live at 5 o'clock today. Pick up the phone and call. And Lonnie did sell the Mustang. The Mustang's
He's
gone.
doing a good job. I watch him.
Yeah. So pick up the phone and call Betty. You can reach him at 866-989-2BUY every single day at 5 o'clock. There you go. We'll see you again soon, only on ETC.
Erase the moody shadows from my